welcome back to Main Character Syndrome. I'm your host, the Redhead, with Danielle once again.
Hey everybody.
Look at you.
Look at me.
You're like a regular.
I am.
We might have to make you permanent.
I know. Maybe next time we do it from my couch.
Maybe. This would be fun. So we did all of these quizzes with Iron Flame, Fourth Wing. We've been talking about the Empyrean series. So let's kind of dive into what we want Onyx Storm to be, because that is coming out January 25th, 2025, or January 21st, 2025, yes. Excuse me.
And state the obvious.
Yeah.
What is Onyx?
What is Onyx? Xaden's eyes. We've got the Ward Stone, the Onyx Flame, or no, the Iron Flame.
Iron Flame.
The Iron Flame. But, I mean, the Ward Stone is described as Onyx. We've got Xaden's eyes. I mean, the fact that Xaden is Venom is going to be a huge part of this.
Yes. So I wonder if she's going to focus more on this book, on the cure for Venom.
Oh, I think Violet's going to be hunting down that cure because she wants to cure Xaden.
Do you think they're going to find it?
I don't know. I mean, there's 5 books. So maybe Xaden has to go through this Venom journey to finally find this antidote.
Or we're talking about theories, right? First, talk about your theory at the lake, and I'm going to go from there.
Oh, so Rebecca Yarros was a savage on social media recently, where she basically posted a picture where she's at this lake. It's a beautiful scene, and she's like, I'm going to finish this chapter as soon as I find some tissues.
Okay, my theory when you told me that, I was like, I know it. Xaden and Violet breaking up. There's a hard breakup between them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they've had some fighting, but my theory is they hard break up. It's over.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, of course, they're gonna get back together in the future. But I think this book's gonna be a breakup book.
I think you're right. I think it's gonna be more of less they're fighting and more Xaden just doesn't want to hurt Violet.
Gives me real big new moon.
Yes.
New moon vibes where Edward leaves Bella and for her own good.
Yeah, for her own good. I think that's where I think this book is going to be like Xaden leaves Basgiath, or he leaves to go somewhere to either get cured or to basically not endanger Violet or anyone else at Basgiath because he is evil.
But if he does leave, then he's not under the wards anymore.
That's true. So I don't know what's going to happen. I think our girl is going to go through hell and back trying to find the antidote for this, but I do think that our favorite couple is going to have some bumps in the road and potentially a break.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Do you think we'll see Dane having any chances?
No.
No?
I don't think so. I think Violet, we saw a little bit of individual Violet in Iron Flame, but I think that this is going to be more of like Violet on her own kind of thing, soul searching maybe, and trying to find this cure and helping, lead others to fight Venom.
Yeah, you think she'll kind of go into that leadership role?
No, she said she didn't want to be a part
of leadership. She did say she didn't want to be a leader, but maybe she'll be forced to be one.
Maybe. Now that, she knows how to kill Venom better than a lot of people.
Yeah. So these are just our theories. We have no idea what's going to happen. We don't pretend to, because Rebecca Yarros can throw us for a loop at any point in any time.
But there's probably been a lot of signs to what's already going to happen in the books before, which also leads to, what do you think Violet's second signet is going to be?
I don't know. There were so many different things. I mean, she could be a distance wielder, because one thing that signets are is basically a reflection of what the rider needs. Violet starts running because she needs to be quick. She needs to be able to get off the ground as soon as Venom starts sucking the life out of the ground. So she starts running, and then a lot of times, eventually she is described as fast. Like, wow, you got here fast. Or there's one time where she's running so fast that, she sees almost like things flash before her.
Yeah. And then there's been, several cues from people like, wow, I've never seen you run that fast.
Yeah.
Or, little cues like that sometimes that you're like, oh,
Yeah. There are like 3 theories because she could be a distance wielder. She could talk to the dead because of Liam.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, she had like a conversation with him.
Yeah. I think that was just like a one-time thing.
Yeah. But if she could she, you know, talk to General Sorrengail? Could she talk to like one of the first 6?
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
That would be interesting.
That would. But I don't know, because that's been such like a one-time thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't buy into that one.
Right.
But I get the speed, and I thought that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one I think is the signet like
Amplifier. Yeah, that's another theory.
Or like something to do with like energy in general.
Mm-hmm.
She feels energy very well when she holds the alloy dagger, when she goes through the wards. And there's been several instances where like energy is mentioned or like warmth when she touches stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe...
That's an interesting take because she is told that she can wield pure power and it just comes to her in the form of a lightning strike.
Yeah.
So what else could she do?
Yeah. Control energy.
Could she control energy? Interesting. I never thought about that. There was one time, the only thing I thought it would be a distance wielder is because they mentioned it. And they were like, there hasn't been a distance wielder in so many years. When she's asking Xaden, like, what his second signet could be. And she's like, well, you can't be a distance wielder because there haven't been distance wielders in so long.
Yeah.
But then
and
again,
he was like, I would have been in your bedroom every night. Then.
Yeah, no kidding. We all know that would be true. But,
yeah.
But then again, she wields lightning. There hasn't been a lightning wielder in, what, a century?
But why has her second signet not manifested already? I think it has, maybe.
Rebecca Yarros said that in Iron Flame, her second signet is there.
Yeah. I think it's, I don't know, something to do with energy or definitely the ward.
Yeah.
Are like amplifying signets.
I think it's between those two. I think it could be distance wielding or amplifying because when she's with Rhiannon, she's able to pull that dagger through the wall, which she wouldn't be able to before.
And Mira is able to ward them in general.
Exactly.
And what's her name? Quinn, who is astral projection.
Yes. Yep.
When they're in the war games, actually, and they are, or maybe it's not the war games. There's one instance where she's like, "Oh, I can't do that." It is in Iron Flame, where she's like, "Yeah, I can now be another person."
Oh yeah, she couldn't do that before.
She couldn't do it before, so now she's like acting like the other characters. So she was like, "Oh yeah, I did a walk as Violet. I did a walk as this person. Still can't get Imogen's pink right, but I'm getting there." So
interesting. Something to think about.
There's so many people who their signets are amplified.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if Rebecca's giving us like these little crumbs to like either throw us off the trail or whatever, but she's like, it's there. It's already an Iron Flame. You just have to look. And it's like, we have been looking. The fandom has been going nuts trying to figure out the clue to this puzzle.
Yeah.
I think what we're going to get in Onyx Storm is I think we're going to have Xaden leaving for Violet's like own good or like breaking things off with her for her own good to protect her from himself. He's going to be kind of like in himself and his thoughts, and he's going to think that he's a danger. He's going to think that, I don't know, I don't think he's going to be the confident Xaden that we saw, because towards the end of Iron Flame, as we saw, he was not. He was kind of dejected. He was like, you know, you need to be afraid of me. I want to see more of how it happened, because we didn't really see, I mean, we saw him pull from the source from his point of view, but once we see Violet see Xaden, we kind of go back to the fact that they both had the dream with the sage. And I want to know more about that. So I think Onyx Storm is going to be the Venom book. I think we're going to get history of Venom. I think we're going to find out who was Venom at Besgaia.
And more about, like, the Baron.
Yeah. That's going to be something to look at, because I want to know more about the Venom. Like, I have so many questions. I want to know if Barish was a Venom.
I bet Xaden accidentally kills someone.
Oh, yes. Does he suck the life out of somebody accidentally?
He's going to kill a friend.
Yeah.
I bet it's
a friend or a rando.
I bet it's Bodhi or Garrick.
Oh, not Garrick. That would be heartbreaking.
Who do you think?
Both Bodhi or Garrick.
Yeah, who do you think dies? Because she's gonna kill off some people that you love.
Oh, if she can't kill Garrick, that would be like killing Liam, and I don't think Zayden could come back from that.
But yeah, that's why I think that's gonna be a big part. I bet he kills off someone he loves. It's obviously not Violet.
I hope he doesn't, but I could see Rebecca Yarros doing that to us. I could see him almost killing Violet in like an intimate moment.
Again, and then, Edward and Bella.
And like leaving for her own good to like get away from her, even though like he's beyond the wards and can't help himself. But I don't know. I really hope that no one would die, but we know in every single freaking book someone has died.
Someone you love is going to die.
Could it be Rhiannon?
Oh.
And then Violet could be like, I don't know if I can forgive you.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be it.
It's gonna be heartbreaking for sure.
Yeah.
Also, my question: could Naolin be Venom?
I don't think so.
Because Brennan almost lost his life. Naolin, quote unquote, lost his life.
Oh, that
to save Brennan.
Yeah,
Naolin, not Nolan. Because
yeah.
I mean, they're both kind of the same. So Naolin was Taryn's rider before Violet.
I think he's Venom.
I think he's Venom because Taryn, whenever Violet's like, I'm sorry, your rider lost his life saving my brother, and he's like, we will not speak of the one who came before, not the one who died. So I'm wondering if he didn't draw from the source to save Brennan.
And Tan is too strong to be controlled.
Yeah.
By the Venom. Like
possibly
how Varish controls what's her name?
Yeah. Solus.
Yeah. So
I don't know. There are so many theories I could go with.
And everyone says in the book, and they're like, their bond, Naolin's and Tan's, was so strong. And when you have a dragon that strong, it's hard to not have a significant bond between them. And so he didn't die. Naolin maybe didn't, I should say. So Tan didn't die.
Yeah.
But Tan had to remove himself, and it was hard. And so he was like, I won't take another rider again because this happened. And so he went a long time without choosing another rider, and then was kind of forced to.
What happens with Sigale?
Between Tan and Sigale?
No, Zayden and Sigale.
Yeah.
Because their bond. I mean, she still stood by him after that, but she's like, I chose you, like, you can't do this. So I feel like she feels betrayed.
Oh, yeah.
So will she kind of keep her distance from him? So in fear of, like, maybe he will accidentally try to control her?
Ooh.
I feel like we're going to get our hearts shattered in Onyx Storm. I fully believe it.
Yeah. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. I also wonder if we're not gonna find out why Violet's hair is the way it is. Because Rebecca Yarros has said there's a reason for her hair to be that way.
It's because her dad's a Venom.
I think it's because her dad either is a Venom or was a Venom, sucked the life out of General Sorrengail when she was pregnant, and Violet has that silver hair.
Yeah.
Or tried to suck the life out of her.
Left a mark.
Yeah.
Because that happens in the room with the ward stone where Jack lays his hands on Dane, and Dane's left with a mark of Jack's hands.
Yeah, like that skin started to kind of like shrivel and like suck the life out of him. So I don't know. I have so many questions that I'm like, I don't want to wait 6 more months for this book.
Yeah, something else I'm interested in is, it appeared to me, like in Iron Flame, that Violet then kind of tells people about the feather tails. Like, it's kind of obvious now that Indarna's grown. And I thought I remembered from one chapter where she's telling someone about how Indarna stopped time, and then that's how someone was saved, or how she got out of the room. I can't remember the exact scenario she brought up.
Was that the one with Rhiannon, where she's telling her how she stopped time?
No, it was someone else.
Interesting.
I think it was a professor.
Oh, okay.
Or it was someone from the Revolution.
Or was it Zayden when he's like, what happened?
No, it was, because Zayden knows about the feather tails already. It was someone else. I wish I could remember.
This is probably why we failed that quiz. We didn't fail, but we didn't get an A.
Yeah. but I think she does say something about it. How she was like, yeah, you know, I used to be able to do this, but now she's not a feather tail anymore. And it was to someone. So what's going to happen with that?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong and not even hearing things.
I don't
correctly.
know. I don't pretend to know what Rebecca Yarros has. I do have theories. I have questions. And I'm very excited for this book. This book has been like my personality for the last like 3 months. I can only think of this book. I don't know about you, but it's got its claws in me.
We've got a long way to go before it comes out. And then Rebecca Yarros also did that funny thing where she had on her computer like everyone dies.
Yes.
Stop asking what happened.
Everyone dies. No, not really, but maybe. Stop zooming in, because people kept zooming in to see what she was writing on her computer. And I was like, oh my gosh, Rebecca, you're such a savage. And then that thing with the lake where she's like, BRB, I need to grab the tissues before I finish this chapter. What?
Yeah.
Girl, you are trolling us so hard, but you're also just such a savage and we're here for it. So we're excited for the next book.
It's going to be an adventure. Might need to call up a therapist before I start reading.
Gonna need to call that therapist, get that appointment ready to go, get the tissues, because it's gonna be a wild ride. Yeah. And that is it for today. We have a new episode every Tuesday, so be sure to follow us on social media, Main Character Syndrome Pod on TikTok and Instagram, so you never miss an episode. For now, to the readers who listen, we'll see you later.
Bye.